hard to find, I know it ain't easy. But once you find your love, there's no need for pleasing. Hold her tight till the morning comes. Treat her right with the tender loving care. Let her know that you'll always be there. Let her know. Yeah. You know I would never ever leave your side. Cause baby girl, you are the reason why. To why my heart keeps loving you, baby. You be the only one I can deny. Tell me that you love me. Tell me that you need me. You know I will never ever leave your side. Cause baby girl, you are the reason. I said I miss you when you're not close to me. I just love you like no other, baby. She got me caught up in the world, it's so amazing. Had you been love, got me going crazy. I care for you, my lady. Can feel my soul. You know I will never ever leave your side. Cause baby girl, you are the reason why. To why my heart keeps loving you, baby. You be the only one I can deny. Tell me that you love me. Tell me that you need me. You know I will never ever leave your side. Cause baby girl, you are the reason. I will never find a love like yours. That's more precious than diamonds and pearls. Now I know you're my belly.
What up, guys? Welcome to Everyday People, the Pacifica chapter. I am your co-host, Lynn Katoa, here with my beautiful co-host,
Crystal Tapalele.
Yes, we have an amazing show for you guys. As you can see here, we have the volleyball legend, Logan Tom, here with us today. But we're just going to speak about a couple events, and then we're going to get Celia Moleni on the line with us during a FaceTime interview. She's going to talk to us about, mental health and what we can do with everything that's going on with life right now. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm always good.
Good. And Logan, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Enjoying our snow?
Oh, wow. I woke up this morning. I just came from Hawaii, so it's a
So
little
you're not?
different. No,
She came on a red eye. She said she's going to wear flip-flops so as you can see below the table. I wore mine, and then I saw her get out of the car in her
I'll take my
whole
shoe off.
Look, see?
Boom, and just like that, we have Logan with her no shoe. Her one shoe.
My one shoe.
Well, we're so excited. Sorry that it snowed all of a sudden when you
Not your
touched
fault.
down.
I know. I brought
It's
it.
your fault, Crystal.
I'm taking my other shoe off now.
But let's get into the events that we got going on. First is the Plant and Sip. We're so excited. It's going to be next week during Kaipol's grand reopening. So it's going to be on Saturday, March 22nd from 5 to 6:30. There's only 5 tickets available left. So if you guys do want to, yes.
Dang, girl.
So if you want to purchase any tickets, please go to the website, www.theplanterpopup.com.
And we know you like to drink that kava.
Yeah, and if you don't, come and try some flavored shots.
As you saw last week on our show, she had the kava hangover.
It was a bit of a...
But we had all the food last week, so Lena, we were so grateful to have her on the show. President Foodie for the Booty.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
Oh, it was so good.
I became a foodie, by the way, so...
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I'm
well,
just
tell
kidding,
us
just
about
kidding.
that real quick. So she did her very first food review on Foodie for the Booty. Because
Yes.
I was never able to do it because I know how I eat.
Yeah.
I just get so lost into it. So
Booty for the booty?
So she
Yeah.
has this
It's a
food called
group
Foodie for the
on
Booty,
Facebook.
and this Salmon Grow in Vegas. So we had her on last week, and she has like over 44,000 people, and people just go on there and just eat.
Oh,
Like wherever restaurant they're at, like if you're having a food event, and it's amazing.
I love that.
But like I know how I eat. But she did one. Tell us how that worked out.
Well, I did one at a restaurant that I had just heard about, Kai Mai Grill. Shout out to them. And it was great. Like, just did a random video and put it out there.
Oh,
and then
saw
I
it.
also put it on TikTok, and then it just started blowing up. Like, it got more traction than I thought.
Wow.
At all. And then I did a review on the Dubai strawberries as Zupas. And
Dude,
that one is like
seems to be a
currently
thing.
blowing
Have you
up.
heard about Dubai chocolate?
No.
It's a thing.
It's like the green pistachio cream and the crunchy stuff.
No.
Okay, it's like the green stuff with the
green
red
stuff.
I
stuff,
don't know.
the strawberries.
Does not sound
That's all I
nice.
can tell you.
And it's
Anyways.
expensive though, but anyway, sorry.
Yeah, and
So
then
what,
that
it's
one just
from
started
Dubai?
blowing up. I think.
No.
I'm assuming.
It's on TikTok. It's from TikTok, and TikTok
Oh.
blew it up, so now we're
So
all
now
eating
everyone
Dubai
wants us to do
chocolate.
that chocolate. Okay, do bye-bye.
Yeah, so I guess I'm a foodie now. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm not, but
you heard it first here. She's a foodie now.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, back to our events. Yeah, that was my week. I just became a foodie because of our one.
Well, I am going to have to try that. So before we continue on to any other events that we're going to discuss, we're going to go ahead and get Celia Moleni on the line with us while we have her fresh and early. Then we can spend the rest of the evening or day. I don't even know what day it is.
Okay, neither do I. This is your fault. Again.
Come on, girl. Yeah, we've had Celia on the show before, so she is like a professional when it comes to like mental health. Oh, and there she is, the beautiful Celia Moleni.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. You seem to be just one busy woman. You are just everywhere, and you're going to be on the panel tonight that you're going to probably discuss with us. But you look great. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing good. Things are, like you said, busy, but so good.
Busy is good.
That busy is good. So Celia, this is Logan. Logan, Celia.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us, especially with our beautiful weather outside. I'm sure
I know. I actually love it.
In your cute big jacket. I love it. Come on, matching.
We're ready. We're ready.
I am so what's new with you? What's going on? Like, what do you have going on? I know that you're going to be on a panel tonight if you want to just like discuss that quickly.
Yeah, so with Afa Alu and his Talanoa tonight, with one of the Miss Samoa runner-ups, we're going to be on a panel tomorrow night.
Saturday.
That's the Creative Pacific at the Hardware. And so we're just going to be talking, discussing so many things, and I'm just so excited to be on that same panel with them. But other than that, it's just the raising of the 4 kids and growing Manaki mental health.
Just the 4 kids. Single mother, just the 4 kids.
Small job.
Yeah. And, growing business and just really trying to find people that are ready to heal. So it's busy. And I don't like saying that, but it's such a good busy.
Right.
Watching your kids grow is one of my favorite things. And they're into sports, so I'm so glad. I'm going to tell my daughter I met Logan Tom.
That is awesome. Well, now that we're talking about like what you're doing with your businesses and mental health, just kind of like with everything that's going on, I know there's a lot of people who struggle with the new administration and people who are okay with it, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter who you vote for as long as your voice is being heard, but what we do to keep ourselves, to protect our sanity. You know what I mean? Especially for like for men as well, like touch on that as well. But what is your advice and what is your word for our community, especially the Polynesian community, because there's a lot of the unknown that's out there.
Oh my gosh, my heart goes out to our community at this time. I mean, there's so many things that are coming up and coming out as far as the extreme things going on. Homicide, suicide. There's a lot of mental illness going on in our community, and I think one thing that we can do is just raise our self-awareness and notice how maybe we're responding to things in our own home and within our own bodies and in our own minds. And I think when we have that self-awareness, we can then notice things that we can do to maybe redirect. I once heard this, I think I was in church and someone was like, anger is bad. Anger is not bad. It's just the way we go about anger that really matters. And I think just that big self-awareness component is big, and self-compassion as well. I'm a big advocate for having self-compassion when we are noticing probably some of the hardest things in our own personal life is just showing compassion and seeking help. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing for the last 16 years. I'm a mental health therapist. Licensed for the last 16 years, and that's what I do. I eat, breathe, and sleep mental health. So I'm a little biased, but your brain and your mind is everything. So,
well, we follow you on social media, so everything that you do post is always something very inspiring, and you always show a lot of empathy and compassion, like through your posts and through your videos, which draws the people to you. You know what I mean? So we need that sort of comfort. So
especially for our people.
Especially for our people,
our
because we're so
community
prideful.
to see it and to be like, okay, she looks like me, she would understand that. Yeah, that's so important. So no, thank you for putting yourself out there so much too, so that people know.
What about the people who like walk around with a smile every day and everyone's just like, hey, they are the person that they're the go-to person. They must be really strong. Like what do you tell those people like me? Just me as an example. I always go out there, I'm the life of the party, have fun, but I go through my own stuff. But then I'm too prideful and don't want to ask for that help. What do you tell? What could you tell me?
I would say do an assessment of yourself and really notice where your energy is extending and that you're expending your energy, because that's everything. And I think us as healers, I think we're naturally healers as Polynesian people. And side note, when we are learning about suicidal ideation and suicidal thoughts and signs to look for in clients, what we see in our Polynesian community, it's just not transferable. So the things that we'd study in college, we don't see that in our community, because like you said, we put out a smile. We're so good at presenting well when we could be really broken inside. And so I think we have to kind of change that culture one by one within our own individual lives. And so for you, Lynn, it really is taking an assessment of what I'm extending out and putting out, and where I can like just put healthy boundaries. It matters what you listen to. It matters what you do, your morning routine, your nightly routine. Are you filling your cup? Because you can never, and I know this is cliche and you hear it all the time, you can't pour from an empty cup. And so you got to make the math.
No, that totally makes sense. Yeah, but it's just such a struggle. But sometimes like you just need to hear. I need to hear it, and I'm sure there's people out there who need to hear that as well. So It's always so grateful to have somebody like you, especially if you're not unfamiliar with everyday people. We're so grateful to always have your knowledge and your strength. But just another quick question that we have Logan here. Was there anything on the road where you struggled with mentally that you wish somebody had spoken to you about?
No, I mean, all the time. Like, it doesn't matter, no matter how much you grow, how old you get, you're always going to have those things that you struggle with. And like you're talking about, especially for the Polynesian culture, it's very difficult to be vulnerable because it's perceived as a weakness.
Right.
Especially when you're, like, for me, coming from an athletic point of view, it's like you're supposed to be strong all the time. So you just kind of like, you put your head down and you just get through it. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you're actually dealing with the problems.
Right.
So they still stay inside of you, even though, like you said, you're progressing, moving forward. Like through my career, but I had a lot of struggles.
Right.
I had personal struggles. I had struggles in relationships. I had struggles being away from home.
Especially at a young age.
Yeah. And so, but how I got and it's not a good thing, but how I was able to surpass them was kind of not deal with them, which is not healthy.
Right. I think that's part of the Polynesian culture.
Yep, it is. Yep. You put your head down, you're very polite, you're very respectful, and you just kind of get on.
You suck it up.
Yep, you suck it up.
Which you can totally see throughout your entire career. You were always that shy person, didn't really speak that much, your head was always down, but you went out and you did your job.
Yep.
You did what you were expected to do by your peers and the country, you know what I mean, for crying out loud. So that's a lot of pressure. So Celia, what would you tell the young Logan and all these young girls, because nowadays these young girls, there's something in the water because their athleticism is just out of this world.
Yeah.
Right.
But the pressure is
crazy.
even more. So what do you tell the young Logan Tom? What advice would you give them mentally to kind of like remember who they are?
I think developing, how I've been working with a lot of athletes, D1 athletes, and I think it's developing a routine of being able to address your. I love working because they're so quick to be able to apply the things that they learn in therapy, and mindset work, and they're so like quick because they're just so used to being able to apply things. And so I think applying regular mental health routines, just like you do practices, and I think that is visualization, visualization, like you said, with parts of your ability, and be able to set that out by your emotions. Struggle with that too as the Polynesian community, because we're taught to kind of be quiet, not be vulnerable. We don't even know how to express our emotions or just name it. One of my favorite quotes: "Name it." We can name things and get used to kind of like, because our body also can score. So if we're not, like Logan said, if we're not like expressing and just like letting that go, addressing it go, then it's in our bodies, and then it's going to present injuries and diseases, disease, equals disease, right? And so it's being able to have pain every single day because mind is everything, right? And so I just think it's we have to normalize it. Let's normalize mental health and emotions and expressing those. And
And I think you hit it on the nose. We have to normalize it. You know what I mean? And I
yeah,
think a lot of us, we hold it inside. I think now that I am an adult, almost pushing 50, is now I can finally look back and remember the things that my parents were like, shit, I should have like totally paid attention. I should have went to the doctor when I did because now I'm paying for it. But like I think I held on to it and I played sports my entire life just because it was therapeutic. You know what I mean? But then there were these amazing, amazing athletes and then we finished high school, and then we don't have the grades to move on to college. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So then we literally start back ground zero. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So then it's kind of like, how do we like mentally get the younger generation to like move forward and want to succeed and just not want to be out of the home? But it all starts at home. You know what I mean? Like expressing who you are. You know, so I'm learning a whole lot as I'm getting older, and especially on the show because we have you here again, but we talked to a lot of people in our community who are experts in mental health and just all different walks of life. So we actually are giving our viewers a look at what we've never seen growing up, like the yata people, the construction people, you know, people who are doctors, who are therapists. I mean, we come in all shapes and forms in different lifestyles and businesses, you know, so we were talking with Lero earlier with Logan and Crystal and Cindy, and we were just talking about that. You know what I mean? So it's just all about just putting ourselves out there and expressing who we are.
I like what you said about also being able to name that feeling. Like I think making the connection to how you're feeling would be a big difference. And I think that's why I really love that movie Inside Out. Is it Inside Out? Yeah, like all the individual characters. And I love how they explain that, like, you know, easy enough for everybody to understand. Like all these feelings are necessary. It's just different times that you are expressing it. So yeah, that's a huge thing that I think a lot of young people probably don't make the connection to. Identify what that feeling is and call it for what it is, so you can identify why you're feeling that. But yeah,
yes.
great piece of
But
information.
nowadays, I feel like a lot of people, like these days, everyone's so sensitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then it's kind of like you want to express yourself and name it, but then you become the villain. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the delivery, kind of, so to speak, what you're speaking earlier. You're like, we need to be angry and we need to express it, but with how we deliver it. You know, we need to like not have the perception, oh, when they polys are angry, there goes the table. You know, the old Lynn will go cash register, but that's the old Lynn.
Yeah, that's old me. So the table's fine now.
And that village inn isn't there anymore, so there's that.
I'm
Okay,
sure
so I
somewhere
said what I
in
said. I did what I did. But I learned. See, now we're full circle. Now we have Celia Moleni here calming him down.
He talks in soft tones
Yes.
now.
But is there anything else that you'd like to finish us off with? Like inspiring message, you like just one of your videos that you present every day on social media?
I just want to leave with we're so good at, I think when we can master the art of ourselves, our love can exponentially grow for our community and understand each other within emotions and within our mindset as well, and be able to accept people's vulnerabilities when we accept our own vulnerabilities. And so our community, with that, and I love my for everybody.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
you
Did
so
you have
much.
any last words for her, Logan?
No, I just really appreciate you. I think that it's extremely important, not only just the Polynesian community, but the entire human, like especially this day and age, the keiki, the kids, they need it.
Yeah.
And also the grown-ups too, because we need to change something, and it's gonna, like Lynn said, it comes from the house.
Yep.
So we need to learn how to do it so we can pass it on to the kids. And then it just becomes something that's, like you said, normalized.
Yep.
Trying to
Wonderful.
break that cycle, girl.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
And you're doing it one post at a time. Yes, we
thank
do.
you.
All right, Celia, thank you for being on the show with us once again. Everybody, if you have not gotten your tickets to go see her on the panel tomorrow, it's going to be the Talanoa Sessions. You can find out on Ben Bloomfield, AFA, on their social media, our social media. Celia, thank you for being here.
Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then we're going to jump right back into it with our beautiful Logan, Tom, and Crystal here. All right, we will catch you soon, and do not forget to purchase your tickets for the Plant and Sip next week at Kaipo.
want something special. One in a million. So rare and precious. If there's something up on your mind, baby, we'll be fine. You're perfect for me. Baby, you're the sound to my melody. I need you in the air I breathe. If this ain't the truth, then I don't know what is. You make it look easy without trying. Nothing's more beautiful than when I see you smiling. Every day is a blessing when I got you here right next to me. So please don't ever let go. I promise I'll keep you whole. I'll be your safe place, your warm embrace, your beautiful face, baby, reminds me of God's amazing grace. And all I wanna say is, I wanna know all of your thoughts, baby, just because you're perfect for me. Yeah. Baby, you're the rhythm to my heartbeat. Yeah. I need you like the air I breathe. And this is the truth that I gotta admit. You make it look easy without trying. Yeah. Nothing's more beautiful than when I see you smiling.
And we're back. Welcome to Everyday People Pacifica chapter.
That's right.
That's our new name if you guys didn't notice. If you are not following us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook as well as on YouTube so you can find all of our videos, because apparently they're deleting.
So I guess Facebook is doing this whole new thing. Like after 30 days, they're going to get rid of all your live videos.
Really?
Yes. So to be safe, we're going to catch us on YouTube, so where you can catch all of our videos that have been pre-recorded. But yeah, so I guess it's going to be a thing. They're going to shut it down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we heard. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see in
Never
30
know.
days. Anyways, we're so excited to have Logan Tom here with us. If you're just joining us, we
excited.
just had Celia Moleni on with us in the first segment, so you have to catch that up. But she is amazing.
Yeah,
She's
she
good
is
people.
amazing. Definitely needed to hear those
Yes.
messages, especially right now.
Definitely right now. There's a couple events that I wanted to like touch on real quick before we continue with Logan. One of my favorite, we have the Breaking Bread that's going to be taking place March 22nd, and I believe that's going to be at Pioneer Park
Yep.
at 12 p.m. If you want to volunteer to come help us set up, prep the food, and at 2 o'clock, someone will serve the unsheltered. Pictar does an amazing job every single month, along with everybody who sponsors it as well. So we'd love to see you guys out there. I haven't made it to the last couple, but I am going to try to make it to the one on the 22nd. So Logan, if you're in town, you can come serve the unsheltered with us at the park.
Would love to if I'm here.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty amazing. So thank you, Susie and Pictar, for that. So catch that there, along with the food resources calendar is up for March. So please spread the word and share that flyer, because I know there are a lot of people now, especially these days, that could probably use the help.
Yeah.
And there's no shame in the game. You
Yep,
know, that's why
share
it's
that.
there for you.
Yeah, so everyone can see it.
Sweet. Well, let's just jump right into it. Logan, Tom, thank you for being here with us. It's always a pleasure to have you and
Thank
see
you
you
for
when you're in
having
town.
me.
Yes.
I saw her the other night when she first got into town, so yesterday was kind of a long day.
That was your
Yeah.
fault. That was your fault. I had to work.
I know. I didn't have to work. I'm like, oh, you in town? Okay,
Oh,
shot.
He was like, we're gonna get lit. And I was like in all capitals. I was like,
No, she messaged me back. She's like, I have to work. We're gonna
All
get a little
lowercase.
lit, not all the way
It's
lit.
like-
I'm like, all right. So then just the long pour shots. That's
long
it.
portion. Yeah, 1.5 ounces.
So what work are you here for?
So right now I'm in town for Poly Strong. So it's a nonprofit I work with.
Nice.
So they started in 2017. And I was their first inductee into the Hall of Fame, and it's kind of grown since then, and I've always been a part of it since then. So on their board, so I try to make it every year for their summit. So their summit is this year they bus school or kids in from school. And
From all over the state?
From all so it depends. So they reached out to not all their state, many Salt Lake City,
Okay.
like this area, West Valley, like the main area.
Yeah.
And they get Polynesians that have been successful in whatever field they're in. So they take it from all different fields. So obviously like athletics. Fabai was here, so you know him. He was our
Yes.
keynote. He's amazing.
Oh, is he going to be the keynote speaker? Or one of them?
He was here last year and then this year too. So he always kind of starts out. He's really good with kids.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
awesome.
Really, really good with kids. Very, very well spoken. Speaks a lot from the heart. So he can reach people because you feel that energy, yeah.
Oh, for sure. I saw the interview with him with Buddha, and
Yeah.
you can totally get that
Yeah.
sense of he's just means
Yeah,
business.
he does. And he's all about the kids. He's all about Polynesia. I was talking with him before he was going on yesterday morning, and he was like, he's like, dude, he's like, they don't get this. They're like, I come here and it's like, I get energy from them. They're like, they fill my cup.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's like, and he wants to bring one of the Poly Strong Summits to LA, so hopefully we'll get that done too.
Oh, sweet. So would that be like another chapter or
Kind of, just expansion as
Yeah.
it keeps growing. So
And California would be a great spot.
California would be a
Huge.
great spot. Oh my God, there's so many polys. There'll be
Seriously.
California,
Yeah.
one to Hawaii, one to the Pacific Northwest.
Oh yeah.
Even Alaska, there's a ton of polys in Alaska.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we're just trying
Let's
to hit
go
the
Alaska,
communities,
Uncle
right?
Steven Ikamisese.
So yeah, so it's just a matter of reaching the kids, letting them know like what's available for them, like looking at people that have been successful that look like them.
Yeah.
Come from the same background, same culture, that there are possibilities out there.
Right.
Yeah, and to realize, like we were talking about before, like okay, school, like sports are important, but school is just as important if
Right.
you want to get to a certain level or past, like you said, high school that we're talking about.
Right.
So it's reaching the keiki, trying to develop scholarships for them as well. We want to try to make a cultural kind of mesh, so bring it to the islands as well. Bring the kids from the
amazing.
islands to the mainland, to the States.
Which you have gone overseas to help out.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I saw that you were in Samoa like years back.
We were in Samoa, so Troy Palomalu, who's another amazing Samoan person.
Yeah.
He did these, I think it was 2 years, maybe 3 years. So he would pay for everything, and he would do a football camp and a volleyball camp
Wow.
to Pongo.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was 2013, 2015 that I was there, and I was like, just to have that experience, to get like outer islands, like that kind of stuff, it would be amazing, especially for the kids that grow up here in the States to see that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo yeah.
To see that
because
side.
in
Heck
Samoa
yeah.
you got all like the older sons waiting outside at a certain time for everybody, and they're just lined.
Right.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure just to see that energy
Yeah.
and that passion, like, okay, this is why our parents did what they did. You know, back home, they just had that deep root and that passion and that empathy that we kind of lose here.
Yeah, we do a little bit, especially like I feel it too, because I grew up like half Hawaii, like half mainland.
Yeah.
So I could feel the big difference between the two. But I mean, when you grow up like in a kind of Polynesian family, like that's the root.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it hits so deep, and so even though it's only half the time I was in Hawaii, it's like that's the side that I relate to the most.
Right.
And every time I'm overseas, it's like you said before, like I keep my head down. I'm not a very social person, but if I see another Polynesian, like you go up, you give hug, you give kiss,
Right.
you know, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Because it's just something you do.
It's
Yeah,
that
it
natural
is. It's
just that
embrace.
natural
Yeah,
instinct.
you don't
Right.
have the awkward feeling like you do with other people. Like
Right.
with Polynesians,
It's
it's
almost
just
that
naturally
comfort,
you
like,
just
oh,
yeah.
there's one
Yeah.
of my people
Yeah,
that
I
like,
totally,
you
yeah,
don't care
believe that.
if you know them or not. Then
Yeah.
you find out 2 seconds later that you're related.
Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did.
That's why I don't get polys.
Oh, that's why you don't get polys.
I have no idea.
I tried that once. It didn't work out because. No, it's a thing.
Yeah, it totally
Yeah.
is.
You know, it's totally a
It
thing.
is true, and there's sometimes I go up and I hug like non-Polynesian, and like you can feel they get stiff.
Right. They're like, what are you
Right.
doing?
And
I'm
It's
trying to
totally
like force
true.
them.
It's not but you know, like, oh, you
Yeah.
like exhale. You know,
It's
like,
like, why are you touching me?
Yeah.
I just want to
you
kiss
like
your cheek.
because I think we might be cousins. You just don't know it yet.
We're friends now.
No, but
No,
that's
I love
amazing.
it.
I
It's
love
so
how like you're doing it for the
true.
younger kids, so they can kind of maybe get that experience or that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, but it's good that the perception that everyone sees in a generation that your generation and our generation are trying to build that future or like keep that intact for them to be able to reach it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think a big thing with Poly Strong is that it's a matter of I think a lot of people see that if you go into like called the white world, you have to change,
Right.
which is so not true.
Good.
Yeah, you do it in your own way, and that's one of the things I love about having all these
It's good that
people.
you say that out loud.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like some people just don't think about it, and they feel like they do have to, and
They-
you
yep.
do not have to.
You
And
do not
sometimes
have
if
to.
you say it out loud, it clicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For you to say, like, I'm glad you just said that out loud.
Yes,
Because to me,
it's
I'm
just
like,
thank
dude,
you.
we
Thank
need
you for
to.
saying that,
No,
making
no.
them okay with that.
Yeah, and it's something beautiful, something that should be shared. It's something
Right.
that can change the world and people in a positive way. Like our culture, it's like you want to bring it out. You want to bring it out of your holiday. You want to bring it out of your house.
right.
Yeah.
And share it, and it doesn't mean like, and don't get me wrong, it's not going to be easy.
Right.
Like
Never.
keeping who I was and being myself, like especially in a, like not even a white world, just a foreign world, because I traveled so much.
Yeah.
They don't understand the culture.
Right.
Like even when I get
And you're going and trying to embrace a brand new culture.
Yep.
But try to hold on to your culture.
Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
there's a give and take too, because like you go, anytime you go in someone's house, you take off your shoes.
Right.
Like you want to be respectful. Like it's their world.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I have to be somebody else that I'm not. Just
Right.
respectful.
Yes.
So even with like
Do you think
coaches,
that's why you were like that? You remain quiet, like to yourself when you were
Um,
like overseas in different countries because like, hey, I'm here temporary. And you don't want to open yourself up even more, or it's just easier just to stay quiet.
I think it's a mix of both. Like if you open yourself up, there's that whole we talked about earlier, the vulnerability thing where you can get hurt.
Right.
Yeah, so it's kind of this
Whether
outer
it's
shell.
mental pain or hurt
Yep.
or physical.
So yeah, it's either mental pain or you get hurt. Like if you're in the spotlight, like people like talk shit about you.
Right.
And this
Haters
and that.
will always hate.
They will, and
Yes.
they'll always be there. You
And
can
they're
never
your
make
biggest
everybody.
fans.
They're not
Right.
busy,
They are.
so.
Well, that's why.
Right.
That's why a lot when I was younger, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop reading anything about me because
Right.
if it's bad, it's make me feel bad. If it's good, I don't want it to inflate my head, you know.
Right.
So I want to keep my feet on the ground. If something's bothering me, I want to talk to people that know me and we like be truthful with me.
Right.
Exactly.
People that
Yeah.
your
To
that
be
your
real.
heart trusts.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Instead
where you
of-
know it's coming from a genuine place, not someone who's trying to just tell you what you want to hear.
Yep, exactly. So that's a big reason why I don't do social media too.
Right.
That's a big
So-
reason why I didn't use social media for 10 years. 'cause-
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a big
it
reason why I don't
totally
read
got
my
in my
reviews
head.
because
Right?
I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't read my
How many-
reviews because I don't want it to
I like
inflate
what
my
I like,
head
I
or
like
make
I
me
want
look
people
bigger.
to think about me. You can review whatever you want. I'm not reading
But catch me
it.
outside. Catch me outside. How about that?
Just don't say it to my face.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want
behind my
online.
face. And then my friends will tell me. I'm just kidding. No, but I think
Yeah,
that's
that's huge.
it is.
I mean, to be dealing with all of that. So I could see, especially if you guys don't know who Logan Tom is,
Get it, girl.
because I had to Wikipedia her because I'm not an athlete, so I only follow athletes when I are related to them. She has a resume. Like a resume, it's still going. Her resume is still going. She is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. I mean, not gold medalist,
Girl,
a
call
medalist.
me out.
Girl.
But she's been to Olympics from 2000 all the way to 2012. Like that alone, I mean, for Polynesians to just hear that, an Olympic athlete that has been doing all of this, like what has been something during your experience in all of these, different Olympics that has really stood out to you as
Especially because you were
an
that
experience? You were
alone.
that girl.
You know what I mean? There weren't so many like huge athletes that were coming out there, especially in the Polynesian community. So Logan Tom was a staple. That
The
everybody
youngest
knew.
Olympian, to make the volleyball team? There are a lot of things. You guys need to Google her because
Don't
she is
Google me,
everything.
She said, "Don't Google me."
No, but so amazing. Like, yeah, so that is really useful experience to a lot of people. And so if people don't know, or if people are too young, and some people are probably just born when you were literally at the top during the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm old.
No, you're not old, but you have done a lot in at least the
We-
last 25 years alone.
Well, the liver's old. I can tell you.
Milk this up. Milk
Is
this
there
up.
something that's been the most memorable for you during your Olympic experience?
Because that's a lot.
That's a
Huge,
lot.
there's a
girl.
lot.
Well, like name like maybe the top 3 that you can think of. Like, holy crap, this is when you felt you made it, or like
Or just
my
the
family's
craziest
proud
experience?
of me at this moment. I feel like there's like little tiny moments where you're just sitting there,
Yes.
maybe at your first Olympics and the national anthem goes on, and then your first chills. You know what I mean? Just something like crazy.
No, for sure. Like every Olympic is different, but especially our first one. It's especially at such a young age. I just turned 19.
Wow, 19.
19, guys.
So yeah, I know it's strange. So anytime I'm coaching a girl and she's like 19, 18, I'm like, you're not young.
You're like, girl.
It's like you don't know pressure.
Like when I was 19, I was on my first trip, thousands of miles away,
Like, damn it.
played in the desert fields in the middle of nowhere.
But it's true, I can use it, yeah?
Right,
Put that in my
you
back
can
pocket.
use it.
Yeah. Which I do. No, but you can't, like, every experience is different, but like 19, it's just like you're there. And Sydney was a great venue to have the Olympics.
Yes.
It's like we're right on the water. You can see the Sydney Opera House across the water. You can take a ferry across it. So everything about it, the nerves. When I found out I was on, somebody asked me, I was just doing a camp in Hilo, and a girl asked me, she's like, so Logan, how did it feel when they told you you made the Olympics your first time? I was like, I was scared as shit.
For sure.
I was like, right? I was about to do my pants. I was like, but I didn't know, you're a kid. It's like, it's something you can't, like, you're so, like, there's a lot of fear. It's like, and a lot of pressure.
But you played on like the world
unknown.
stage before you made it to the Olympics, right?
I did, but Olympics are just something different, especially for a sport like volleyball, because that's like the
Your
peak.
dream.
Yeah, it's the peak. It's every 4 years. It's what you work for. Because I remember when I was 15 or 16, I was with the youth team or junior team, and we're watching the Olympics were in Atlanta, I think.
Okay.
Right? 96?
Yes.
Yes. And we're watching the women's volleyball team. I was like, oh, so that's what I need to strive for. Yeah. I was like, okay. I was like,
Got
so,
it.
ding.
Yeah, boom, next week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
next week, boom, I'm an Olympian, so now my next.
All right, what's next then?
But you know,
Coach, I
I
guess.
was like, it's like the highest thing you can achieve
Yeah.
in like the sport world.
Right.
Especially if it's Olympic sport.
Yeah.
So it's very scary, but you know, we had a great team. My team was amazing. We're very close. In 2000, every quad is different. Because they recycle players, you get new players, a new coach.
It's your job.
It is a
literally.
job.
It's your job, right.
Yeah. And I don't think people understand that. They see just the like small percentage, the outcome. They see you on the world stage, they see you playing, but there's
and they
95,
expect you to be at your peak every performance.
all the time. And like you said, we got the haters out there.
For sure.
So, but I understand that, and like, but that's also part of our job. It's like we're athletes, so we're there and we're trying to perform the best we can. But people understand that doesn't, even though we're trying, it doesn't always happen.
Right, and
Right.
you had your bad days, bad games. Like you still have your personal life that's going on. It's like a mental F. You know what I mean? Because you're holding so much energy and pain and excitement all at one, where your body feels like you can just shut down at any moment.
But also, it's like you use that, like sports for me, like we were talking about earlier. It was my escape.
It was your
Right.
therapy.
You know, it's where I could turn my brain off. I can turn the outside world off, and I can just be in my little like bubble.
And no one can tell you anything different because you already an expert at the moment, or you feel that. You know what I mean? I'm doing my thing. They're not going to bother me.
Yep, exactly.
That's good.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Especially at such a young age. So did you find it hard because you were 19 and then starting that journey at that time?
Well, you started getting national attention like before that, like in your teenage years. So the spotlight was there.
Right.
And I only know that because I coached her at Highland High.
He did. We went to Highland. He was a senior.
Come
I
on,
was a
go
freshman. Rams.
No, but I saw all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I would always think sometimes, like when you were like Gatorade Player of the Year, when they were at the volleyball facility and you were upstairs on the camera, it was just kind of like me,
You
like
just saw
friend
this
and
happen.
coach, and still young. I'm like, that must be a lot of pressure. But that is like, oh my gosh, I wish I had that. I bet you the girls, so like the eyes were always on you.
Yeah. I was really good at kind of tuning that out.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a person that doesn't like the eyes on me.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you very uncomfortable. But it's one of those things as an athlete, you just you just learn how to, okay, you go. Like, okay, I need to do this. I'm going to do this.
Blinders on and you're...
Blacked out, everything else blacked out. You're focused on what you're there in the moment.
Yeah, so that's how everybody has their own way of processing stressors. And so that was my way. And girls ask me all the time too. They're like, so what do you do if you're in a match and you're not playing well? I'm like, I keep things simple.
Right.
I'm like, what, just technique, try to get rid of the negative emotions, the negative talk.
Yeah.
And watching your matches, especially during the Olympics, because the cameras were always on her back then. So, but you can always tell that nothing ever bothered you. You always had the same look.
Yeah.
You know, you always just shook it off, moved back, put your hands on your knees, and you were just ready to pass the next ball.
Next ball, I'd be cussing my head to myself.
In your head, for sure. Oh, I've seen that side of her. Oh, I've seen that side of her.
You got that side too.
I do.
Oh, what you do?
No, but it's just amazing because of the way you handled it. I mean, I feel that would break a lot of other young female athletes because that's such a mental strength that I don't know if people can keep
grasp
in their
even
body, right?
And it is, and I think that's probably what separates like athletes that can handle that pressure, that move go beyond,
Right.
and kind of filters out the ones that it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's not for everybody. It's not. It's there's glamour to lifestyle, but most of it is not. Like,
Right.
it's hard. You're alone all the time. You're traveling all the time. People are like, oh, it's so cool. You've been here, there, and everywhere. I'm like, yeah, I saw the gym. I saw the airport. I saw a hotel.
Right.
Right.
I was like, I
I
didn't
guess you
see
don't
it.
think about all of that.
Yeah.
You
And
weren't
we've
touring
had-
around.
right, touring
Yeah,
around.
Exactly.
I wanted to bring that up because like we've had this conversation. Like you're just touring.
You're there
everywhere.
for work. You're
there for
literally
work, and
there.
people don't see that.
Yeah, and you can't tour around. You got, like, part of an athlete's job is
Right.
recovery.
Right.
You know, like, we might get it. And I'm a person that was very much, if I got some free time and I could do it, I would go out and explore just because I like different cultures.
Right.
Like, that was my undergrad, and that's why I was able to be overseas for so long, because it's part of, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do it on my downtime too. So there's places I go, I return to where I like felt a connection with, that I return to when I actually have
To
time.
spend time.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And that you want to.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to.
What is a
Right.
place that was like that you returned to because you didn't get to enjoy it, but then you did enjoy it once you went back?
So Israel was a place. So that's why I went back
On my
and played
bucket
there.
list
Yeah.
for sure.
So I went there for like back in 2010 to just do pro bono clinics with a friend of mine. She was going, she was there in 2009, like a Christian group. She was going by herself, and I was like, oh, I want to go.
Right.
Oh, that's
I'm
amazing.
gonna volunteer. But it was a lot of traveling, a lot of clinics, and so like later on in my career, like when I was getting towards the end of it, when I think I was 37, I was like, maybe I'll go try and play in Israel. So that's one of the main reasons why I went back there to play. And then I then I started coaching when COVID hit. There's one of those, New Zealand I love going back to.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't like New Zealand, you're I don't know what's wrong with you.
There's
Crazy.
something wrong.
You're
there's some
crazy.
That's on my bucket list.
Yeah,
You
mine
go,
too.
I love it. And they can dream.
Okay. You had me there.
But there's a lot of places. The world is beautiful. Like I still want to see more of Africa. Like the volleyball isn't big there, so it wasn't a place that
Do they
got
play there?
to. They do play. They do have a league there actually.
Oh wow.
You just
I
don't
did not
hear
know
about
that.
it. 'cause
Right.
it's- Yeah. So they have a league there. They have national teams. But it's kind of like I have a friend that works with them and goes there and does clinics. So like there's so many cool places in this world. You know, and sports is a
Seriously.
way to like get there and like help and give back.
What are all the countries that you played in? Just so our viewers.
Just go ahead and name it
Just
because
name
I
it.
seen the list.
Let's see. I was in Brazil. I was in Indonesia, Japan, China, New Zealand. I played in Switzerland, Spain, Italy, Turkey, Israel. I don't know, France, Russia.
Oh, just a couple. To
Just
name
a
it.
few of the world.
I know,
She's the world.
I was one of those players. So I moved. Until I was in Israel, I never stayed on the same team.
And you were there for a bit.
I was there. I played 2.5 kind of. I only played like 6 weeks my third year there, and then COVID hit because I started late. As you get older, I wanted to start later.
Right.
You know, I was like, I don't want to do the first round. I just want to be there for the end.
Right. Don't
was
catch me at the
like-
preseason.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like, I don't do this anymore. I was like, I gotta save the bones.
Seriously. And that's the thing. Now we get older.
But it's all about
I
conserving
have to
the
like
energy.
right.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well,
you
especially
ski,
because
I'm
you've
like,
been doing it for so long,
Yeah.
literally, as your career, as your job, like both.
Yeah, and I still do it for fun too. So
Yeah.
which I enjoy it more. So when I started coaching after COVID and they asked me to play once like the world opened again, I was like, I think I'm okay. I was like, it got to the point where I was like, I still enjoy playing. Even when I coach, I like to play, but I didn't really miss competing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because competing takes like
Did it take the fun out of it?
it take the fun. It's just like a switch though, and it kind of like I have to be at a certain like in a certain state to like compete because I get angry. Like I couldn't play poor games for like 20 years of my life because
Right.
I'll like flip the board. I was like,
Okay.
it wasn't
Who's
pretty.
that?
I couldn't
We're
like.
talking
Hawaiian
about.
side.
I
We're
was
talking about.
So I went and talked to like my boyfriend for like 3 days afterwards if he beat me. I was just like,
Get out of
yeah,
jail
I was
free
like,
card!
so I just found like without the competing, like I just became calmer.
Right.
So in my personal life.
Right.
Because it's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of
Yeah, I bet.
pressure, and I just like I'm so like we talk about different emotions with who did you say?
Celia.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you mentioned the inside out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm anger.
Yeah.
So I'm in a little fire with the head.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay, so remind me what Inside Out is.
It's the little emotions, sadness. She's blue, and then they have
seen it?
all of the different. Yes.
Oh, Inside Out.
Yes, Inside Out, the cartoon movie.
I'll find my emoji for that one.
Yeah, you
How about
will.
this emoji? Just kidding.
I think that one is in there too. But
Okay,
yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I forgot what I was talking about.
Inside Out.
Okay. So yes, so every emotion I feel, she was saying like you need to learn how to name your emotion.
Yeah.
And I was like, anger. anger. Everything just comes out of anger.
Right.
It's just like,
But
I'm
just
like,
to
it's
hear
just
that out loud, it
uncomfortable.
made me kind of have to think about it. Like,
Yeah, I was like, I feel sad. Then tries to anger. I'm like, happiness. I
was
sweating.
happy, but then it turned to
Of
anger.
I'm just more comfortable expressing
Right.
that kind of emotion than I am like the joyful.
I'm
the
like more of the
happiness.
action. You know, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
So my word is hangry,
Angry.
hungry,
I'm very similar.
starving.
Yeah.
How about that?
Feed me.
Feed me. No, but it was really, really good just to hear her say those words.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I need to name
Well,
that.
when she said that, I finally made the connection to Inside Out. Like, she said you have to name that feeling, and I was like, that's the connection I was missing, was being able to pinpoint what you're actually feeling. Because sometimes you're frustrated from earlier in the day, and that frustration is just, you're taking it out on everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone cut you off in traffic, and now you're mad all the way to work, and you're mad at the first
Right.
person you meet, and you know what I mean? But it's that initial
Seriously.
Yeah, or just get
thing
it
that just
out.
Get it out.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta get it out. Like,
Every morning before when I get up, or especially when I was at work, and I was always known for that, whenever we'd have our briefings, I would always say, like, it's going to be a great day.
Yes.
Wake up, it's going to be a great day. Things can always be worse.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to let anybody give me their negative energy.
And then someone pisses me
let
off.
them wear
Yeah,
it. You know?
They changed my whole manifestation.
But let's go ahead and take a quick break because we only have a few minutes that are going to be left, and then we can kind of finish it off with Logan here. But before we do that, make sure that if you guys are looking for your cannabis card, get your Get Canna card. There's going to be an event today from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Everyday people will be there live from 1 to 2.
Yep.
It's on
Bountiful.
580 West, right?
Wait.
580 West, First North in Bountiful.
Oh, yeah.
And it's $75 for those medical cards
Wholesome Co.
today.
is the place.
Wholesome Co.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I'm sure you guys are going to see the flyer that's going to be up on our screen here. And again, we're going to have Kavaoke. You heard that right.
Yes.
Kavaoke is going to be
At
Saturday.
everybody thinks they're Whitney Houston and they're singing up there.
Right? You know, just singing a little sway to side, Kavaoke. But that's going to be this Saturday from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. For Kava drinks, that's going to be $40, all you can drink Kava, and there's going to be prizes there. I think the first prize is going to be a $100 gift card, and the second prize will be dinner for 2 at Brasa Grill.
So you can meet your date there.
At the Kava Lounge. It's Buddha's Kava Lounge. All right, guys, we'll be right back, and then we're going to finish off the last segment with Logan. She's going to give us some final words, and Crystal as well.
Stay tuned.
She don't know. Whatever she does, the wind obeys. While I play the guitar and you're strumming on my heart, I think you're heaven sent. You are a blessing, and you're safe inside my hand. I found an angel. She fell from heaven yesterday. I found an angel. She holds my heart within her wings. I found an angel. I found an angel. She fell from heaven yesterday. I found an angel. She holds my heart within her wings. I found an angel, and she is all that I need. I found an angel.
Oh, hey.
Everyday People, the Pacifica chapter. We are here with Logan Tom, our
That's
Olympian
right.
superstar and local resident. Was from here, but not anymore.
That's right.
Always from here.
Always gonna be from Salt Lake
Always.
City.
But we're continuing on our conversation, and we're going to be switching this over to Logan and your personal life and family. Like,
Yay.
tell us a little bit more
Yes.
about you and your family and your connection to
Your
Utah.
amazing family.
So, my family. So I came to Utah when I was 9. We moved to Orem for 2 years and moved to Salt Lake. So went to, I can't remember. You know, as you get older, your memory goes away. I know I went to Highland High.
Yes.
Before
been
that,
around
I
the
can't
world,
remember.
so-
Yeah, to Hillside.
I went to Hillside, and then there was a Roadrunner that was my elementary school.
So,
I don't remember the elementary
Neither do I.
school.
It was
But I remember she went to Hillside
Yeah, I did go to
Intermediate. I
Hillside.
went there as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But you're older than me. Yeah, not the same time.
Not the same
Not
time.
the same time. So that's what brought me to Utah. Mom moved me and my brother here from California, and then my Hawaiian roots are my dad's. That whole side's from Hawaii, and so we spent summer times there with them because they were divorced, which was a good thing. So yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
but you got to experience both.
I did. I got the best of all, like Hawaii, California, Utah, like. As your kid, you don't appreciate it, but older,
Right.
I'm like, oh my god!
Right.
Like, I got the mountains, I got Cali, and I got Hawaii.
Exactly.
I
Right?
mean-
You got it all.
The only problem is it ruins you for everything else. Because when people go, they're like, oh, look at this beautiful beach. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
Seen
not.
one
Yeah.
better than that.
I was like, same with the mountain. I'm like, that's a hill.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
mountain,
exactly.
right? That's
That's a mountain. My other home, that's a mountain.
Yeah. So there's that. But yeah, I just got back from Hawaii. So I love, every time I get home, I come back, I always want to go see my family there. As everybody knows, like Polynesian families are really close.
Where in
Yeah.
Hawaii is your family?
So most of my family's in Oahu. The Hawaiian side's from Hana, where my tutu is from. But I grew up on the Big Island because my dad was the only one so Hilo side, then Kona side.
Oh, sweet.
And then I have family in the 9th Island, Vegas too.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
So yeah. So
Shout out to Vegas.
So I luckily this year I can go because right now I work with the PVF, so it's a professional volleyball federation, and so I have to be here during their season. So that's January through May. So it gives me time to explore more in the States because usually I'm overseas during this time.
Nice.
So it's nice. It's nice to have the flexibility right now to travel and see friends and family that I don't get to.
That's pretty amazing. And then you were talking about the league that you were a part of. So there's two leagues that's here in the U.S., which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because there is a space for everybody, and the competition is just amazing. And all these female athletes, I mean, women's sports is where it's at.
Yes,
Right.
right now. So that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
it's growing right now. It's huge, especially volleyball. So there's two leagues. So there's the PVF and then there's League One. So love, yeah.
Love.
So they have a Salt Lake team here. And the structures are very different, just the makeup of it. So like
Okay.
PVF is more kind of what you see in the NBA, NFL, where it's kind of you have like the league, which is the umbrella, and then you have the franchises.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that come down. So every team has their own owner. They run how they want to, so it's not controlled by the league.
Right.
Okay?
Oh,
we set the
okay.
tone, we set the rules,
Right.
but we try to govern, help it all. But
Okay.
every team is individual. League One is more like one big entity owner of all the
Oh,
teams.
okay.
So they're different, but like I said, we were talking earlier, any volleyball in the States, professional volleyball, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
It's needed. It should have been here a long time ago, but just the U.S. system, it's different than Europe. We have so many competing sports,
Right.
so many choices for people
Oh,
to
yeah.
go. Like, do I want to go here? Do I want to go basketball? Do I want to go football? Do I want to go hockey? Do I want to go soccer? Do I want to
In
go?
America, it's more like
Yeah, exactly.
confined.
It is. So hopefully, right now, this is our second year with the PVF, and we'll have our third year next year.
What is a season? What are the months?
Season? So right now, it's also different in the States because we have to be cognizant of the NCAA. So we don't want to have it during
Right.
like college volleyball. So we have to start after, where most countries start in October. So our season is just shorter, and then we have to end before national team season, which is May.
So is your league
Okay, so
like
the
an
January through
international
May
league?
is what you're talking about. Okay.
Exactly.
So is your league an international league?
Yeah, so we have foreigners.
Oh,
We're part
okay.
of, so we have transfer fees. We're part of FIVB.
Oh, okay.
And so is League One. I believe that they have foreigners too.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, they're both internationals.
I need to get more involved with it because I'm kind of like out of the loop.
Got too much going on, Lynn.
Yes, but then speaking of the volleyball, for the Love Volleyball, so they are playing Salt Lake City against Madison at the Bruin Arena on Thursday, March 20th at 7 p.m. So please go and support our local team. They are amazing.
If you didn't know, we have one.
Right? And the
I-
players
you
are
just found
awesome.
I just found out.
And the players also, and then they come hang out at Manny's neighborhood bar. So come catch me there all weekend. I'll be running karaoke tomorrow night from 8 p.m. to close. It's gonna be awesome. Logan came to visit me at Manny's on Wednesday
I know,
night.
that was pretty awesome.
And yes, we were both feeling it the next day.
You gotta sleep in.
Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? Okay, you don't know my sleeping schedule.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I slept all day.
Okay, that's what I thought.
All
She
right.
had to go to work, but he slept
Yeah.
in, so.
Sweet. Well, it's been such a great show, has
Yeah,
it
it's
not?
been great. It's been great to meet you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having the time to sit down and talk to us and talk to our local community so they can also see this superstar here and also aspire to do something like that, you know, a career that can literally take you, around the world.
Around the world, literally.
And do what you love.
And it was your
Until you
passion.
hate it. No, just kidding.
Right, it was your passion, right? It was your passion,
It was.
right?
There
Yeah,
been some
no,
years
that's
where I was
amazing.
like, I don't do this shit anymore.
You're like, I am done. Okay, give me my teams I'm in charge of. Okay, you get a team, you get a team, you get a player. You know? But that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what would you tell your younger self? And then what would you tell like something inspirational for the younger generation? Like the younger, especially female athletes.
Like, laying it deep. The younger self?
Because you started at such a young age. You remember
Yeah, it's just something
like,
that you can
dang,
look back now and be like, I wish I knew this about this journey.
like, can I do this?
Some advice.
Take care of your finances? Shoot, girl.
Okay.
Especially this day with NIL, they need and I want, even with the PVF, I'm like, girl, they don't know, you're so young, and then all of a sudden you have like negative, and then you get like any kind of positive.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So learn how to like understand in savings, investing, this and that, which is
That's
hard.
great.
Yeah.
So I think finance is huge when it comes to young athletes, especially because we don't have retirement.
That's good that you say that.
Yeah, we
because
don't have
people
pension.
may not be thinking of those things.
You know, we're not gonna be taken care of. Like what we make is what is it. You know,
And how you handle it and control it and save it.
Yeah, and then there's also possibility for a second career too. You know, so I've known a ton of athletes that have found a career in their 30s and 40s. Like I got my.
But when you Logan Tom, you ain't got time for
what-
that. Okay, they keep me busy.
I got my master. I got my master's.
I know you. Okay,
Yeah.
she is smart. She's a graduate of Stanford
Dude,
University.
she's way smart.
Yes.
You kidding me? That was a 4.0. Everything I read about you, I was like, wow, dude, just everything.
Even in high school volleyball, like even
Google
between
her.
matches, they were always doing
Wikipedia
homework.
her.
Oh, what? You got it.
Always doing homework
we
between
couldn't-
our matches in high school.
because we
I
could-
remember that.
could
Our whole
not-
team was like a 4.0
She was a
average.
4.0.
Well,
Yeah.
we could not afford college if we don't get a
Right.
scholarship. And by that time, I was like, I didn't know about like sports scholarships. Like I was like, I played the oboe at Hillside because I was
Right.
like, I read this could get me a scholarship. The business should
The
give me a scholarship.
oboe?
Yeah, I know,
I
it's
didn't
weird.
even know
Okay,
the
the
oboe
thing
was
is,
a
I was
thing.
today
Like,
years
like a
old when I heard Logan
clarinet.
play the oboe. She's like, oboe.
Well, I'm glad you didn't quit your day job.
appreciate
The oboe
it.
probably wouldn't have made it.
Well, that's
No.
awesome.
No, it was horrible. I couldn't read notes. I had to write them in. But everybody else, I think the main thing for kids and parents these days is let kids be kids. You know, like let them. I'm a huge fan
Because
of
there's a lot of pressure
multi-sports
that
too.
parents put on the
A
kids.
ton, and you got the helicopter parents, and I get it. You want to take care of your kid, but they need to fall and learn how to get up by themselves.
Breathe.
Yeah, you know, they need fail. Failing is a good thing. To learn, you
You
have to
learn.
fail.
Yeah.
Without failing, you do not learn.
Right.
So I think
Praise
parents,
be.
yeah. So and I see it a lot with coaches too. I'm like, no, you're just gonna have to sit here until you understand and get it. So I see that a lot. And then let them play sports. Let them play multiple sports. Like you
Don't
like,
tie them into one.
yeah, because also I see a lot of like early injuries because they're using the same movement over and over again.
Right.
Where it's like in multiple sports, you learn how to move differently, which makes you a better athlete.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get like I said, you make new friends out there, it keeps them out of trouble. There's enough pressure as you get older and you grow up. And you go to
Life will
college.
come
Yeah.
with that. You know, if you
So-
just let them do their thing
good
and be a
message.
child. But I love how you pointed out, like, one thing that you should tell the younger generation is watch your finances.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's huge. I think it's so easy to let go, and then all of a sudden you're so far deep into the hole, you're like, oh shit, well, what
Especially
do I
as a
do
professional
now?
athlete,
Right.
you may think like, oh, I'm gonna make all this money, but not think about how
They're
what
already
are you gonna
thinking
do
20
after
steps
it?
ahead.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
And you never know too. You
Great.
get like sports, you can get injured and
Right.
it'd be power.
Boom, you out.
Yeah. And then what?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
Have a backup.
Yes.
I want.
Always.
Yes.
But we are so excited to have had you on the show with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We cannot wait to be at the gala with you tonight at the Poly Strong. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to be at the Kaipo next week for the
Yes,
Planters
Sip.
pop-up.
Get your tickets if you don't have any. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. You won't be drunk.
Might be college
Or you will
drunk,
be.
but it's a thing. It's a good thing.
You'll be
But
drunk
we
on
love
fun.
you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Celia
you.
Maleni,
Thank you,
thank you for
guys.
being with us
Thank you,
earlier.
Celia.
Take care, guys. We'll see you next week.
Good weekend.
Do they, baby? Bad times all pass with the wind. Your hand in mine steals the thunder, and you make the sun wanna shine. You found me down so many roads, baby. I picked wildflowers and sung me a soft, sad song. And every road we took, Lord knows our search was for the truth. And the clouds brewing now won't be the last. Storms never last, do they, baby? Bad times all pass with the wind. Your hand in mine steals the thunder. Your love.